Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs, for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes, as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind, in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time, in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind, in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time, in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind, in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time, in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind, it's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Great Friday, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. And thank you for being with your man here in the Patriots Lab for another edition of Friday Noon Break. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. Also, if you do want to come on to the platform, let me make sure I get all my stuff out here. I can send the link out to you. Just let your man know. And I already got some that I need to get out there. So if you can bear with me 1 second. Send the link out to you. Just let. Didn't like that. But we're gonna have a good show this Friday, and don't know where I want to begin, but we'll go ahead and begin with what everybody already knows. We got some information that has been released. We got some new bank records that have come out, and it looks like Mr. Joe Biden has got himself in a little bit of a pickle. You know, for a family not to have no money, and for somebody to say that they haven't received any money, it looks like they sure receiving a lot of money. But we're going to go ahead and get into it after I go ahead and show this clip here.
New Biden family bank records showing that the Bidens took in at least $20 million from countries such as Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. The GOP's memo showing a day after a Kazakhstani businessman sent Hunter Biden more than $142,000. Hunter bought a Porsche for that exact same price. The record's also tracking a Russian oligarch's $3.5 million payment to a Hunter Biden Devon Archer shell company. Then Vice President Joe Biden had dinner with both the Kazakhstani businessman and Russian oligarch in 2014 and 2015.
So, as you can see, we have receipts, Mr. Biden. We have receipts. What do we have? Kazakhstan businessman. Kinez Rezefagev, whatever his name is, whoever he is, sent Hunter Biden $142,300 for a Porsche. Now, what was that for? Why did he give him a Porsche? For what type of intel? I mean, was it to give him a crack recipe, or to, y'all know I'm just clowning around. Move on. Now we have a Russian oligarch, Yelena Bacharina. She wired $3.5 million to a Hunter Biden shell company. It don't say what type of business it was. And I don't think when they said Shell Company, they was talking about the gasoline company that used to be out there, Shell. In some areas around the country, I think there still are Shells. I haven't seen one in a long time. And then VP Biden. Now, notice the same two people. The one that gave Hunter Biden the $142K for the Porsche, and the one that gave Hunter's business $3.5 million. VP Biden, then VP Biden, had dinner. What a coinky-dinky. He had dinner with both of these individuals in 2014 and 2015. What a coinky-dink.
Joining us right now is Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Muser. He's a member of the House Financial Services and Small Business Committees. Congressman, it's great to see you.
Maria, so great to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I want to talk about finance in a second because I know when you all get back from recess, you're going to have to deal with the government running out of money. But first, let's talk about these new findings from the House Oversight Committee. How do you see all of this?
Well, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty clear that Joe Biden lied. And why did he lie? Because he knew the business that was taking place. He knew a lot about the business. I mean, he informed his son that he was in the clear. In the clear for what, Joe? And why were you lying? Because you without pronouncing it. I mean, you must have known that there was some shady dealings taking place. And with countries like Romania and Kazakhstan and the Moscow mayor paying them $3.5 million, and then to celebrate going to Cafe Milano, from the laptops to the White House records to the bank records. And how about just the whole, I get pushback sometimes when we refer to the Biden crime family. I mean, let's face it. I mean, he's got his grandkids. He's got his grown children. He's got grown relatives receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars into their bank accounts.
Yeah.
The whole Biden family is getting the loot. The whole Biden family. You see the title, no matter what road you go down, all roads are leading to Bidenville.
Yeah.
I know if anybody in my family got that amount of money into their bank account, they'd be asking a few questions.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, actually, that they set up all of these 20 shell companies while he was vice president. Why set up all of those companies? And you mentioned the Cafe Milano situation. That was when Joe Biden, as vice president, showed up at a Hunter Biden meeting. They were all meeting at Cafe Milano. You've looked at this over the years as well, Lee Zeldin.
What I have been told by the other media channels is that there's no evidence.
Right.
So this is amazing news, this claim that there's actual evidence. And when you think about the meetings, the bank records, the documents, the pics, the laptop, the WhatsApp messages, the emails, the whistleblowers, the business partners, the clients, they're all sounding off right now, connecting all of the dots. And still, on these other networks right now, all they want to feed to their listeners is that there's absolutely no evidence of any of it.
That's a whole nother.
All right, we're going to butt in here real quick. I got Randy the genealogist Rhodes in the lab this morning. But before Randy gets in here, I see he's getting himself situated. What people need to understand is how many people and how many cases have you heard of when they can convict somebody of a murder without ever finding the body? They got blood stains out of the trunk of the car. Then you go to his house. You go into the closet. You got saturated shirts and saturated pants. And you got socks with blood in it. Then you go to the backyard. And you see a fire pit with a gas can there. But the FBI broke in there just in time. Because this individual is suspected of killing somebody. They got all the blood, they got all the evidence, but they don't have the body. What do you think is going to happen to that person with the evidence that they got? Do they really expect us to find something with the signature Joe Biden on it? I mean, we might. We might. What's up, Randy? How you doing, buddy? Randy, can you hear me? Let me see if that's on my end. Randy! Randy, can you hear me? Okay, we're having a little technical difficulty. We're going to see if Randy can get back in here. But, yeah, it's crazy. Then the VP joined Hunter's business dinners in person or by speakerphone over 20 times. We're going to see if we can get Randy working now. Are you good, Randy? Randy's having microphone issues this morning. I can hear you. You can't hear me? I don't think Randy can hear me.
I can't hear you.
Wow. I can hear you. So we're having some technical issues right now. I can hear Randy, but Randy can't hear me. So we're having technical issues. I can hear Randy, but Randy can't hear me. Don't know what's happening with that. They're not wanting me to have Randy in the show today? Well, while I do that, y'all go ahead and finish listening to this.
Other scandal, the fact that these are the most serious allegations ever posed on a president, then the mainstream media will not cover it. Yeah. I mean, that in and of itself is a whole other issue. President Biden snapped at Fox News' Peter Doocy this week when asked about his involvement in his son's business dealings. Watch this.
There's this testimony now where one of your son's former business associates is claiming that you were on speakerphone a lot with them talking business. Is that what?
Never talk business in anybody. And I knew you'd have a lousy question.
Well, why is that a lousy question?
Because it's not true.
Lousy question.
Audio works fine.
Lousy question for the media.
Can you hear me talking?
Hoping this story.
Because they're hoping that they will. The brand, the Joe Biden brand, is access to the United States taxpayer dollars. They created that.
Speaker
access.
works fine.
It was an illusion. Like my colleague Dan Armstrong stated that Archer supposedly said that was.
Can you hear me, Randy?
Goldman's words. He came
right,
out
Dan Goldman. Yeah.
Right, so there was no allusion to it. That was what was being sold. It was being sold access. And what was the result of those payments? Yeah. There always has to be some deliverables. We did see one, right, with the prosecutor in the Ukraine being fired. We all saw that.
Yeah.
And there are others. And that's what we're going to find out in an impeachment inquiry.
Well, that's where I'm going to ask you next. Where are you on this impeachment inquiry? Because Marjorie Taylor Greene told me that she doesn't feel like you guys have enough votes from the members to actually do this inquiry. I know Kevin McCarthy says if it rises to the level, we'll do it. Is this going to be a priority when you all come back in September?
Well, we got a number of priorities, of course, and you alluded to a couple as far as appropriations bills and all, and that's real important stuff. But absolutely, we can.
It looks like I'm having some technical difficulties with Randy this morning.
Yes, I'm all for an impeachment inquiry. I think the vast majority of Republican members and those will get on board because it's an inquiry. And you know what, Maria? We're the only ones doing it. DOJ completely focused on helping the IRS and disclaiming whistleblowers. The Republican majority is going to bring some accountability and do everything we can to get to the bottom of this for the American people, so the American people understand whether or not their president is engaged in criminal activities, payoffs.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of it. For some reason, I cannot get Randy. Randy, are you able to hear me? You cannot hear me at all? Can you hear the videos? I am having technical issues with Mr. Randy today. He cannot hear me for some reason. But we're going to keep it going because we have to keep the show going. So, now we have everything we need. I would say we have everything we need. Receipts don't lie. And yet Joe Biden, for some godforsaken reason, still wants to act like he doesn't know what the heck is going on with anything. He still wants to play the plausible deniability role. He still wants to do that. I believe they know the American people are smarter than that. Let me see here. I'm trying to get Randy going. We're having some issues. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and waiting, but I think he's going to try it again. But yeah, they're having some problems. They're having some problems over there in the Democratic Party right now because every day that goes by, the deeper and the deeper this stuff is getting. We're going to jump over to another topic. You know, everybody on the Democratic side and all of these politicians have been making a big deal about Donald Trump protesting, or not protesting, but saying that he didn't want to accept the election results with many millions of others. And we understand that. But for the Democrats to then try to turn around and say it's a crime to want to see what happened or not accept it. Let me see if I can get Randy in here. Can you hear me now, Randy?
Yep.
Okay. Whatever Randy did, it's working.
Browsers.
Okay, he had to change browsers. Oh, so we are so grateful that he's in here now. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Randy, the genealogist Rose. We were just looking at the clips. The receipts. Hunter Biden being sent $142K for a Porsche. Ukraine giving $6.5 million. Romania $3.1 million. China $8.1 million. You have a Russian oligarch, Yelena Bacharona, wiring the Hunter Biden shell company $3.5 million. And then you have Joe Biden meeting with the same individuals that they have receipts on. I mean, what more do we need, Randy?
Well, what we need is a judge and a jury. Court system is actually going to be mutual. You know, from what my understanding of how it's supposed to work is the court system is supposed to be non-judgmental. It's supposed to be the guy in the middle. You know, he's supposed to listen to the case. He's supposed to let the jury decide. But it's also supposed to be a jury of your peers. You know, when they chose the jury, you know, for these last 4 indictments against President Donald J. Trump, they weren't his peers. They were freaking Democrats, social communists, and members. You know, I'm sorry. You know, no one in the Republican Party is going to get, especially when it comes to a Trump, a MAGA person, is going to get a fair shake when it comes to the current judicial system, because it is being controlled by the Democrats in the office. And that is a socialist nation. That is a dictatorship. I made a comment the other day. I'm surprised I didn't get banned. I don't know what country it was, but it was a third world nation. They're having elections. God bless them for trying to, have elections. But the poor guy who was running against the guy who's currently in the office was assassinated as he's getting inside his car. He was shot 3 times in the head. And I made the comment that is the only thing right now that we have not yet experienced. And when you think about it, everything that President Trump has been accused of, wrongly accused of, falsely accused of, is exactly what the Biden cartel has done. And there's evidence, there's proof. Okay? There's no wishy-washy, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It's definite. Okay? But I still don't understand why the Republicans in the Congress and the Senate don't grow a pair of balls and start yelling, screaming like Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a couple others do. You don't hear from any of the other 500 members of the damn between Congress and Senate.
Well, James Comer says they have this. James Comer says that they are putting together a locked, solid case to where no court is going to be able to say anything. They want to, from what James Comer says, they want to eliminate the process of them leaving no stone unturned. So
they don't want any chance, possibilities of them on the way out. Now your microphone is overpowered, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, it's a little too much. But,
can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, it is, but I mean, it's like being in like sounds.
Wait, let me turn it down.
That's good. That's good.
I can't overpower my guest.
That's good. But I'm sorry. By the time they get their, okay. First off, the evidence is there. Okay. There is no way of them disregarding the evidence. The evidence is there. It's a matter of getting some men or women with the balls to go and take it to court and fight for it. They're going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait till we're at 2024, or there's an assassination. Okay? There's only two things keeping my man from the White House: an assassination or enough fake information, fake evidence that's going to somehow wind his ass in prison. But to be honest with you, before that happens, I hope and pray that he closes down his businesses, cash out, and takes him and his family and goes to a place where the United States judicial system can't touch him, because that man going to a prison even for a week is not right. I mean, look at this go Dave Sixers. It's going on 3.5 years now, right?
Yeah.
And many of them haven't even seen the inside of a court system.
You're right. You're right about that. I'm trying to pull up Comer. I got Comer right here. I'm gonna let him feed into this real quick, cause he'll be able to explain it a lot better than what I'm trying to do. Let me see if we can get Comer in here. Okay. Let Comer explain this.
Congressman James Comer, Chair of the House Oversight Committee. Mr. Comer, welcome back to the show. We appreciate this very much. I just noticed in answer to our own Peter Doocy tried to engage Mr. Biden. He wouldn't talk about this stuff. He said it was a lousy question. He's still in denial about it, but you've got the bank account records. So doesn't that put some beef behind these charges?
Absolutely. We have their bank records. We already had text messages, emails, and photographs that showed Joe Biden was familiar with these people. And now we have sworn testimony from Devin Archer that they were marketing Joe Biden. And that's what they were doing to receive the money. They were selling the brand, and the brand was Joe Biden. And what they were selling was influence with our federal government. That stinks. The fact that our president of the United States wants to continue to play dumb, and his friends in the corporate media go along with him, it's pretty sad. But I don't think the average American who's keeping up with this believes for a second that Joe Biden didn't have a greater amount of knowledge of what his family was doing, and we now know he communicated with all of these people who sent his family millions and millions of dollars.
Now, Chairman, you mentioned Devin. He was kind of the gatekeeper. Now you've got, I think, on the docket, and I'm interested in when he's going to testify. Everybody's asking you when's Hunter going to testify, but I'm more interested right now in Eric Schwerin, who was kind of the bookkeeper. Mm-hmm. He wrote checks. He was in charge of taxes. And there's a joint account, and this is so important because that joint account reaches in to then Vice President Joe Biden and maybe still to this day President Biden. When do you get Mr. Schwerin, and what angles do you think you're going to pursue with him?
Well, he's going to come in very soon and have an opportunity under oath to answer questions. There have been some initial communication between Sherwin and our office, but he holds a lot of answers to our questions.
Okay.
Real quick. His last thing, that's why I shook my head. We have the evidence. Well, you better damn well lock that ship in a vault because it just burned one terabyte of the damn evidence. Right? And the Democrat, you got this evidence in the control of the hands of the Democrat Social Communist Party in a warehouse being stored at. They got no oversight by the Republicans. And oh my God, we had a fire, and whoopee! All this evidence is destroyed. So, and it wasn't until President Donald J. Trump said that if he gets a fourth indictment, he's going to be able to subpoena evidence to his defense. Freaking what? Days later, tickles up and smokes.
Well, they already got rid of the J6 evidence. That the fraud committee that they had. They got rid of that evidence, and it top secret evidence like that, it can just disappear. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know when this shit's gonna end, but like you say, if they got the evidence, what are they waiting for?
I'll tell you this. I'm a member of the Southern Independent Association. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And their major push is to protect, the statues, the monuments, the Southern heritage. But in the background, they're doing something else. And they haven't told me I can't talk about it, so I'm going to bring it up in very broad strokes here. They are prepared for what could be the absolute worst case scenario to our country. They are prepared to take the southern states and create, in fact, they already created, they have like their own private, I won't say private, they have their own rank and file, militarily speaking, okay, if you get the drift. They have their food, water, medical supplies. They're prepared, okay? I mean, they are prepared to protect and support all of those of Southern heritage. And they expect in the next few months that something's going to occur, an event's going to occur that's going to cause them to, shall we say, sound the trumpet. You get my drift?
Right.
And I said, look, I'm up here in the north. And I said, up until about a year ago, I didn't know I had any southern roots. And I'm a genealogist, but I have like 70,000 people on my tree. When I started doing it professionally, I put my stuff off to the side and started worrying about everybody else. And for the past year, I've helped over 20 people find their roots to the south. So I started looking to my own self. Do I have any roots to the south? And by golly, I do. I had some, from the roadside of the family, but my mom, a couple on the bread side, 'cause they were actually out in the, they kind of spread out between the middle countries, middle states and southern states. But then my mom's dad remarried a lady from the south, and that just opened a world of, southern heritage. But I embrace that. I see what they're doing. As a genealogist, I'm trying to protect history and promote history. It's the most important thing that that person should have, the history of their family. And that's what they're all about. My northern friends, from what, my realm, okay, they don't care, they're doing what they're doing to our country. They're turning it down. So I started saying, you know what? I feel more of a kin to them, the South, than I do to my northern heritage.
Right.
So I asked, hey, can I join? They said, oh, absolutely. So I joined, and I'm embracing, the whole fact that the Southern people are about family, they're about God, they're about the country, they're about protecting each other, and that's what they're doing, and they are prepared. So when I said to him, look, I said, now that I'm their genealogist for this IA, and I'm doing this other work for them, I said, God forbid if the shit hits the fan, where does that leave me? And they said, don't you worry, we'll send people up to you to get you and your family out and back here to where it's safe. Because they have, so we say, safe places for their families and stuff to go to for protection.
Right.
They're prepared. They're not expecting a good outcome here, William, and neither do I. I mean, I would love to say that, with all the evidence, we're talking 3.5 years now, 3.5 years. And we keep building evidence upon evidence upon evidence, video clips. I mean, the Ukrainians, the Russians, for God's sake, are saying, hey, we have this information, you guys want to have this, And we have all this stuff, but yet they're still in control.
Hey, I got a clip that I want to play. I don't know if you've seen this before, but just listen to this real quick. Let me see if I can get it.
Go down. I want to be the first one to know.
Well, we're right. I'm Brandon Howard. I'm the president of Bidenville, Virginia. Bidenville, Virginia, we've got 19 trap meets across the Commonwealth as of right now. And we are literally citizens, educated citizens. What we do, we think outside the box. We go out into our local communities across the Commonwealth. We educate our fellow citizens in their own neighborhood. We do a lot of people over here. We walk down the street carrying an AR, carrying an AK, carrying a shotgun, carrying that long gun in the open. People walk up to us and like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Or worse in a lot of cases. But guess what? If I walk to somebody on the street and start talking to you about a gun, they're going to turn around, walk away, saying you're this crazy person. So we show them we're crazy from the get-go. We let you come to us. We carry that long gun. Now you have started a conversation with me. Because it's our opportunity to hit you. And typically it might start off as a negative. By the end of the conversation, 90% of the time, they're like, wow, really? I didn't know I could do that. Because we're going to educate you on what we're doing, what the laws of the Commonwealth are, what you can and what you cannot do in Virginia. I was in Petersburg, Virginia. Rough spot in town. I didn't know that. 8 o'clock at night, November. It was cold. I was wearing a jacket. Stopped at this little Chinese stakeout. Went in, ordered my food. I was hungry. Walked out, went to my truck. This young man comes around the side of the building holding them big butcher knives, the little triangle butcher knife. Give me your money. What I do? Reached in my jacket. I guess he thought I was reaching for my wallet. Came out my handgun. You move, you die. What did the boy do? Wet his pants, dropped his knife, and I held that gun.
So you didn't even have a chance to vote for me. You didn't have a chance to vote for him.
If I did not have my gun back,
Victor.
I may be not sitting in this chair talking to you, Ray, right now, and all your viewers. I could be dead. But I chose not to be a victim.
I had a hard time following that. Who is he?
That is a good friend of mine. He's the president. I forget what chapter. Oh man, I to be honest with you, he's gonna be mad, but I forgot his name. I meet so many people. But I had the wonderful honor of befriending him down when I went to Virginia. When I went down to the, it was a rally in the valley, and it was to be accurate, it was Klan country. It was Confederate land. It was Confederate country. I got to see how the other half that I didn't know about feels about certain things in society and certain things of history. There's two sides to every story, and at times you have to be objective and open-minded, and you gotta be willing to listen. And I learned a lot. One thing I did learn, being down there with all of those Southern Confederates, they're not my enemy. Not near one of them were my enemy. They treated me with great Southern hospitality, and that's something that I'll always remember. Being that I was in a place that I shouldn't have been, though they say. But go ahead.
One thing you're gonna find out, William, is that the people from the South traditionally will accept anyone as long as you are, a decent person and clear-minded. You come across out of the gate that you're going to be an asshole. Well, you know what? Guess what's going to happen to you. But you come across as, and I always greet someone with either a handshake, or if I know them, personally, with a hug, and people know I'm a personal person, and I'll accept everyone on as a friend. It's after we start talking and I start hearing what you're saying, that's when we find out exactly, where your mind is. My grandmother, God bless her, I love my grandma. You never appreciate your grandmas. So, folks, if your grandma is still living, God, get over there, give her a hug, give her a kiss, and say, "This here is from Randy, the genealogist," because they're important. You don't realize how important they are and the things they say until they're gone and you're an old person getting ready to kick off yourself. But she said to me, Randy, she said, whatever comes out of your mouth first, that's the truth. And you know what? She's right. Because your mouth speaks first before your mind has a chance to filter what it is you're getting ready to say. So when I'm talking to someone, after a short conversation, I'm going to get a feel on how they are, okay? And that's how they are in the South. If you come with love and with loving, we're going to give you love back,
I hear you. Well, moving right along so we can go ahead and keep everything copacetic. There's been a lot of talk from the Democrats about how Donald Trump and all of us have been talking about how the election was taken away from Donald Trump. And for some godforsaken reason, they act like this is the first time ever anybody ever complained about an illegitimate president or somebody losing the election or somebody winning the election, let's just go. We're going to take a step back in memory lane. We're going to go back into time, and we're going to listen to some of these whiny Democrats as if they had forgotten. But we're going to remind them.
You can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
How can you win with Russian interference?
That's a
what
real
I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate?
Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put in office because the Russians interfered.
Trump knows he's an illegitimate president.
The president-elect, although legally elected, is not legitimate.
I don't see the president-elect as a legitimate president.
You said you believe that Russia's interference altered the outcome of the election.
I do. We have a president who, if in fact it is proven, has been assisted by the Russians and may in fact not be a legitimate president.
The one thing that Trump is fearful of when it comes to his being president is that finally we will see how illegitimate his victory actually was.
I have an objection.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina. I object because people are horrified.
He's an illegitimate president.
Do you believe Trump is a legitimate president?
What I believe is that there's no question that the outcome of this election was affected by the Russian interference.
There absolutely is a cloud of illegitimacy.
So that legitimacy is in question, yes. So that was a very tainted election. And in that sense, it's illegitimate.
Why do you think the president is going to such great lengths to essentially prove that he beat you?
Because he knows he didn't. He knows he's an illegitimate president.
Stolen emails, stolen drone, stolen election. Welcome to the world of unprecedented Trump.
So do you believe President Trump is an illegitimate president?
Based on what I just said, which I can't retract.
The Russian attempt to have the election, and frankly, the FBI is weighing in on the election, I think makes his election illegitimate.
There was a widespread understanding that this election was not on the level. We still don't know what really happened, Isaac. I mean, there's just a lot that I think will be revealed, history will discover. But
you got that shit right.
3 million votes and have all this other shenanigan stuff going on and not come away with an idea like, whoa, something's not right here.
The outcome of the election was affected by their interference, and now we need to know, to what degree, if any, the Trump campaign was actually in collusion with with Russia.
He knows he's an illegitimate president. So of course he's obsessed with me. And
we can go on and on and on to the break of dawn, but we won't. How dare them, the audacity. Donald Trump and his people, we can't object to an election after what we just seen. What's wrong with these people? These people have really lost they don't have minds, so they've lost something that was never there.
You know, it boils back down to what I've been saying for years. They're like little children. If things don't go their way, they're going to take their bat, their ball, and they're going to go home. It's like they're saying Hillary was supposed to have been the one to win the election. Something went wrong. Well, actually, something went right, and she lost, and that threw them into a tizzy. So that gave them 4 years to figure out how to correct the problem. But by the time they got around to it, Hillary was the hot potato that they couldn't handle and didn't want to handle, because she would not be controllable. Okay.
But Randy, isn't Isn't it just strange that everything, almost to the exact T, that they talk about Donald Trump doing, they're the ones doing? To the exact T. They're doing it.
Well, that's what I've been saying. Everything, the Democrats can do everything that they are accusing Trump of, and it's illegal as hell. They know it's illegal as hell, but they have control of the judicial system.
I mean, they want us to believe that Hunter Biden, at the epic peak of his crackism, is going around on his own shoulders talking to gangster type authoritarians in other countries. Who is Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden is nobody to be dealing with these other major players in these other countries like this. Hunter was a crackhead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like somebody like me all of a sudden doing business deals with Donald Trump. You know, we just gonna keep it real. That's like a low-level figure like me waking up tomorrow and me and Trump signing deals together. It's not happening. It's not happening. But you give me a good last name, or you give me somebody that Trump need to rub elbows with, I might have a chance to, sign some documents with Trump. It's crazy. It's beyond madness, man. It's beyond madness. I don't understand it.
I mean,
everything.
We're living a nightmare, okay? We're living inside of a nightmare that we just can't wake up from. And it's going, the fire in Maui. Have you seen some of the stories coming out about the fire in Maui?
Yeah. I was watching that briefly. What's going on?
Well, supposedly, this person got a snapshot of this directed beam coming down out of the sky into Maui, into the woods, and the fire started. We actually have a military plane that's capable of doing that. There's a word for it. Mike Anthony is watching. He knows what I'm talking about. It's a direct energy beam. Okay, and it's a weapon. Okay, and it's been used and it seems to be being used in different places across the world because there are videos of this beam of light coming down from the sky and blowing shit up. And here's this Maui, and here's this person with I don't know if it's real or not. I haven't a chance to really look into it, but the talk is that going that direction. But that's being besides the fact. Our nation, we are a dry spell of, talking seasonally here, we are a dry season away of having dead grass in a old-fashioned match being struck before this nature march blows up. And the conversation is going to be, the South rising and saying we're separating our states from the rest of the country, which has been discussed. Okay, they feel that they have enough support to separate the southern states, or will it be the Republican MAGA people taking up arms and going to have a coup against those in the White House? Then you have the obviously, they got nuclear weapons, they got that, they got this, and Mike and William, I agree with you. The thought process is hopefully that there are enough men, enough military men, and enough officers who swore that oath of all enemies, foreign and domestic, who would come to the rise of our nation, and will they be willing to take orders to fire against American citizens? And I understand what Michael said, that, was Jerry, he said that these men are trained to take orders, and if an order is given, they have to follow out. but the man also has the ability to choose, is this a legit order? Can I refuse this order? Will I get court-martialed? Probably. But at least I won't be the one shooting women and children like they did in Vietnam. Because
right.
People were forgiven. Some were followed out, and you had the outpouring of the hatred and the crimes, war crimes after the fact. But then you also had soldiers who said, "No, I'm not going to do that. There's women and children there." Okay, but I mean, when you see that man in the White House, I saw this video. I mentioned it before on broadcast. It's so damn sad. Had it had the right music playing in the background, it would have been a lovely, romantic evening out with the husband and wife, on the Secret Service. But here this lady is, walking ahead, his wife, Dr. Joe Biden, walking in front of him across the beach, the scene, crunching up in between her toes, and she's feeling soft, warm sand. And here she's dragging her husband, who can barely walk, kind of doing this kind of thing as an old man does, trying to keep up with her. And that's our commander-in-chief,
Right.
I saw a video of an English reporter interviewing Biden, okay? And every time he asked him a question, Joe got distracted and he mumbled about this, mumbled about that. He never was able to answer the question intelligently, okay?
He's not capable.
But then they can't come back saying, my family knows if they have an important message to give me, that they tape it onto the bathroom mirror. I'm thinking to myself, how many times does this guy go to the bathroom? Right? How many times does he go to the bathroom at any time? They're leaving a message there for him.
Well, hey, we got 3 more topics we're going to cover. Time is closing in on us. We're going to talk briefly about Barack Obama and the situation he's going through with the death of his chef. But this is what I was talking about, Randy. And just let me know, what you think. Get a little insight after it. And we're going to listen to it. And
came out of the tragedy, the Obama stayed in Martha's Vineyard, where the family chef was found dead. The Obamas were not there at the time. We're learning more about what happened.
A new report from the Daily Mail has identified a female Obama staffer as the person who was out on the water with Tafari that night.
A lot of different media outlets said the fact that he didn't know how to swim. Matter of fact, there was a post of Instagram of him, hashtag still don't know how to swim or something like that. I don't know if you saw that or not, where he didn't know how to swim. And then a video appeared. This is him on Twitter.
He knows how to swim, Pat.
So this is him swimming. That's pretty solid to swim like that. That's backstroke that he's doing there.
In a surprising turn of events, former President Obama finds himself entangled in controversy once again as allegations emerge regarding his involvement in the mysterious death of one of his chefs, Tafari Campbell. The headlines have been ablaze with accusations that Obama may have played a role in covering up the circumstances surrounding the chef's untimely demise. As the details of this intriguing story continue to unfold, the public is left both shocked and curious, wondering what truly transpired behind closed doors and what implications this revelation could hold for the once beloved leader. It all started when whispers began circulating about the sudden and tragic death of one of the White House's top chefs, whose culinary creations delighted President Obama and many international dignitaries. But here's the twist. Some sources claim that there's more to this story than meets the eye. As the puzzle pieces began falling into place, a chilling narrative emerged. Did Obama, one of the most charismatic and beloved presidents in recent history,
My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation,
really play a part in covering up the circumstances surrounding his chef's death? What could have motivated such a shocking action? The internet is being fueled up after the conspiracy of the Twitter community has uncovered remarkable parallels between the untimely demises of Tafari Campbell and White House chef Walter Scheib.
To the president's right, of course.
There we go. 11 years, 94 to 05, and that's 7 years of Bill Clinton and 4 years of W. Bush.
Chef Scheib, renowned for serving President Clinton, met a tragic end by drowning in New Mexico. This has led to the emergence of conspiracy theories as online users draw intriguing connections between the fates of these two White House chefs. A recent statement on the internet is circulated stating that the personal chef of the Obama family had been in the process of writing a revealing book about their experiences when his life came to a tragic end. His body was discovered with head injuries in water that was less than 4 feet deep. Strangely, the 911 call was made only after his body had washed up on the shore, and an individual identified as Obama's personal coroner was responsible for conducting the autopsy.
Yeah.
However, according to the AP's evaluation, this was regarded as incorrect. The Massachusetts State Police reaffirmed on Monday that Tafari Campbell did not suffer any head injuries and was discovered in water that was nearly 8 feet deep, contrary to the claim of less than 4 feet of water at the time of his drowning the previous Sunday. Additionally, the 911 call was made shortly after he fell off his paddleboard, not hours later, and the autopsy was carried out by the state medical examiner's office, not by Obama's physician as indicated by the police. Furthermore, no substantiated evidence supports the assertion that the former White House sous chef was involved in writing a book about the Obamas. This idea originated from a social media account recognized for propagating false information. The reality is that even after the drowning incident near the former presidential family's Martha's Vineyard waterfront property on July 23rd, unfounded conspiracy theories are persistently being disseminated through social media channels. An individual featured in the video clip asserts, "This is the actual update on the situation. It's no wonder that we tend to suspect conspiracies in everything. It's because falsehoods are being propagated." This same Twitter account previously fabricated the unfounded idea that there were signs of head trauma on Campbell's body when it was discovered the previous Monday. However, Massachusetts State Police have already refuted this claim. Yet almost none of the claims presented in the video are accurate or supported by evidence. People are getting curious to know about what connections these two might have. Is there something that Obama must be hiding? There is no evidence to suggest that Campbell was in the process of creating a book. The assertion originates from a Twitter account with a history of spreading misinformation. On July 24th, this account made an unsupported claim that Campbell was gearing up for a tell-all book. Owing to the deceptive information that emerged earlier, the online platform is now abuzz with tweets and associations between Campbell's unfortunate demise and Obama. This situation has prompted suspicions and speculations that there might be undisclosed developments at play. Despite attempts to gather input, neither Campbell's family nor representatives for the Obamas replied to emails on Monday. However, a review of Campbell's Instagram account, accessible before it was recently set to private, revealed no indications that he was engaged in writing a book, as some social media users have alleged.
Okay, so I'll start this one off. Here's what is catching to me. The initial reports that was first put out was put out by the police. So either when the police initially get there, they don't know what the hell they see, and they just go off rambling. Oh, it was 4 feet of water. They didn't make a phone call until the body washed up on shore. These are police reports that somehow got recanted and redid over by the state police. How come every time a Democrat gets in hot water, everything always never seems to be what it is? How come every time a Democrat gets in trouble, everything seems to be so complicated? Everything seems to be such a mystery. You can never get nothing straightforward. But when it comes to Donald Trump, everything's straightforward. He's guilty. He's guilty. He's guilty. He did it. He did it. He did it. It can never be an objective opinion. Or if you do have one, you're racist like me.
The other thing too is, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, is that state police, don't they fall under the purview of the president as far as go? So if Obama said, let's say Obama is guilty as dirt, okay, dirty as dirt, and the state police are doing their investigation, and they're doing it legitimately. They're finding out that even Brock did it, levers quarrel, whatever the situation might be. And they're getting ready to file the report, and Brock comes up with, I'm your boss still, and you're going to change that. And you're going to do this, and do that. Don't they have to follow what he tells them to do?
My thing is, why is his coroner or doctor doing an autopsy?
Well, to cover it up.
Why isn't the family? Why didn't the family say no? We want to know what exactly happened. So we appreciate the offer, but we're gonna go get an outside independent source.
And you watch how fast that body gets cremated.
But the family ain't even saying nothing. See, stuff like that always sends off my bat signal. Always sends off my bat signals. The family is just silent.
Look at them paid off. You can't tell me. Come on, you can't tell me. This is the second chef from the White House to die of drowning. It's sort of like, all those people connected to Hillary Clinton committing suicide. Yeah, right. But you wouldn't doubt me. I wouldn't doubt that if they get away with whoever did the autopsy, cover it up, if that gets washed under and he gets away with it, fine. But don't be surprised if it turns out that body gets cremated, so they can't go back and do more findings on it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I got something else that I'm going to show. I don't know how many people, but I'm going to show it anyway. I wasn't going to show it, but then I had a couple of people say, show it. Do your little commentary about it. Because I was talking to them and they was like, no, go ahead and do your commentary. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see if I can get it up here. And then we're going to get into the last one.
Yeah, my time's getting short here, Bobby.
Okay.
I got responsibilities. I got mouths to feed and.
All right. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm getting ready to boot it up for you guys. I'm gonna show it. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen it already, but I'm gonna give a brief little narrative of what goes on.
Graphic content. Oh no.
Hey, you see Brother Man over there?
Oh, I saw this.
And he's standing there moving boat. Standing moving boat.
Clapping his hand. He's like, you clapping his hand.
Hey, did you see him throw his hat in the air?
No, I didn't see this one. I was thinking of another one.
Hold on. Hey.
He's ready.
So now, white people, I want y'all to take notes, because if y'all get in the crowd and y'all try to do this, and the brother throw the hat in the air, y'all need to get the hell up out of there. I'm gonna let this play. Watch him throw the hat in the air. Oh, it's on. And then ding. He holding his own. Oh, and then the other dude come in. Oh, but the help is on the way. Help is on the way. Okay, you got bro man coming down there to the rescue to the side. Okay, you got another one coming down. See, you only gonna get on the brother too. And now this is the kicker. For all y'all that go by that narrative that black people can't swim and all that.
Hey, come on now. You get us banned here saying that kind of stuff.
Hey, look at this young brother. He did the what's that swimming name? The Mark Spitzer. He did the Michael Phelps. Check him out. Watch young boy. Watch young boy. Look at young boy. Look at young boy gonna help old man.
Oh my God! Look at him coming. Look at him coming. Oh my God.
Young Buck jumped off the boat that he was working on.
Good God.
To go help out
I love it, William. I love it.
To go help out Now look, Unc's still up there. Unc trying to get some. Unc trying to get back. They trying to get back at Unc. Okay, young Buck up there now. All right, let's go get some, Unc. Let's go get some. So they gonna go get some. See, bro man, like I got backup now. I got backup. See, now they don't want none of bro man now, but it's too late. It's too late. Here, throw up the hat, and now you got brothers coming from everywhere. I thought it was over. It's just starting. Hey, now I'm about to show y'all because a lot of y'all was getting on Young Buck. The young kid, he's 16 years old, and he swam in the water. But a lot of people was like, well, he swam in the water and swam over there, and he didn't do nothing when he got over there. I'm about to show y'all. Y'all already seen the clip where old boy went WWF and was swinging the chair and knocking everybody out. But I'm about to show you Young Buck give the rock bottom. This is for all y'all that say Young Buck did that swimming for nothing. I'm about to show you Young Buck doing the rock bottom. We're gonna go closely. All right. They go Young Buck right there. Now watch when they get over in that corner. Watch when they go over there and they get in that corner. Now you gotta, we right here. Watch that rock. Watch Young Buck get to him in the rock bottom. Watch Young Buck give him the rock bottom. Rock bottom! Rock bottom! Did you not see Young Buck give him the rock bottom? This is for all you people that say Young Buck didn't do nothing. Y'all gotta watch rock bottom! Rock bottom! See, that's how you handle business. That's how you handle business, white people. Y'all couldn't do nothing to that little to but see, now they showing y'all how to whoop ass. Now they showing y'all how to whoop ass. Y'all didn't expect this shit. No, that's how you whoop ass right there. That's the swimmer boy. He getting here. They started it. They started it. Go ahead, help Uncle. Y'all help Uncle. I'm tired. They done jumped up and everything. He tired.
No, he.
Uncle still wants some. I want some too. Y'all jump me. Y'all gotta kill me.
That little young boy. He throw that lady down. I'm talking about he threw that. I bet you won't grab it no more. He already swam across this water.
But you know, the part they won't. Okay, they not going to show the Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
I'm just curious to see what the police chief has to say, but I can't. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, but no, this
guys who parked there were told not to leave it there, and they left it there.
Oh, this is the angle I wanted. This is the angle I wanted. This is the angle I wanted right here. Okay, we got it in there. That's the angle I wanted. Now look. See? When he threw that hat up in the air, he done threw up. See them goons? They don't want to get off the bus. Now I'm gonna show y'all what happens when y'all mess around. This is what happens. You see what happens? That's how you beat somebody down, white people. And I'm only saying that because what y'all did to old man. Take notes on how to beat somebody's ass. That's how you beat somebody's ass like that. That's how you beat somebody's ass. But you know what? That's what y'all get. I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry for showing it. I don't feel sorry for talking about it. Y'all picked a fight, and y'all didn't know exactly what the hell y'all was doing. So, next time y'all think about it, just know, my type of people, we come out of trees, we come out the water. When we see there's 2, 3, 4, and 1, we don't have to know you. We don't have to know you.
Say that.
And it's not a race. It's not nothing against race, because you know what? If I seen some cats jumping on a white dude like that, I'm coming to him. I'm coming for him, because that's just what a good-hearted person's supposed to do. So it ain't about race, and this didn't go on racial lines or anything. These was young black people that was on that boat that was pulling in. There was a ferry pulling in with about 300 people on it. And these young black men that whooped ass out here, they had to sit on that ferry and watch their get his ass whooped, an attempted ass whooping, because we seen what a real ass whooping looked like. But I'm gonna give you my last one, and then I'm out of here. Do y'all know this lady in Georgia that's getting ready to indict Donald Trump? Did y'all know? It's alleged that she was in relations with a high-ranking gang member. Oh, yes. And I got something that I think is going to really, and see, sometimes you got to go back to the hood to see what people really about. And so we had to go to the hood archives to see what this lady was about. We heard Trump talk about Miss Fannie Willis, but we didn't know what Trump was talking about. But we will after this.
From it. Just like it God working mysterious way, bro. Then I'm gonna go on to say this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sitting here. I'm gonna go on to say this. I'm gonna say this because the same lady who the Fannie Willis lady. Fannie Willis lady. That was just my lawyer.
Fannie Willis.
Proven facts for this. Everybody, as long as I know, everybody don't think.
So wait a minute. Yeah, Fannie Willis, was she the prosecutor?
She's a DA lady.
Yeah, the
now.
DA.
This
DA
is all
was your attorney at one point in time.
Yes, this before she turned to be with the last case I just fought. I had just got out of jail.
Yeah.
I had just got out of jail. The last case I just fought. I was the last case she was doing before she turned to being the DA.
So she switched sides. She was on defense, and then she went.
This on honest to God truth. This ain't nothing that can be hid. People know this. I got the video on my page right here. Matter of fact, we're gonna do this live interview right now to show you.
So she represented you on a case right before this case that she is.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wow.
How God working mysterious ways. It's the honest to God truth. There ain't no cap in this.
So basically what he's saying is that Fannie Willis at one point was defending him. Now, for y'all who don't know who this is YSL Mondo. And when she was I forget, defender, prosecutor or something like that, a lot of people in this organization got prosecuted except for him. Once she became DA, let him tell you what she did.
Somebody gonna, when you did interview, they're gonna show when they, oh, but he wasn't lying. This already, they, come on, man. It's just how God work. That's what I'm telling you, bro. God working mysterious ways.
So you think that she tried to use some of the things? You think that
she couldn't? She can't. That's conflict. That's like conflict of interest.
So basically, she was giving up the draws allegedly to him, getting all the good, juicy gang information and intel while she was on one side of the fence, and then they gave her stripes, and she flipped over to the other side, and then tried to come after him for the shit that she knew about him.
You were just my lawyer, so how can you turn around and try to indict him? Don't sound like you my lawyer. You just represent me.
Fannie Willis was the lawyer of one of the founding members of YSL, and then she turns around years later and indicts the YSL.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a year. It wasn't even years later. It's probably like, yeah, it was like 2-3 years later. It was years later. It's about 2.
How hasn't nobody said anything about that? How is that not all over the news? How is that not something that's brought up? If Fannie Willis was representing members of the YSL, then why is she now the head DA of indicting and arresting members of the YSL?
That's not a trick question. You know why? Because her bosses said, hey girl, we know you've been defending these cats and you've been hanging with these cats, so we know you know everything about them. We're going to promote you, and now we want them, so now we want you to flip on them. Wow.
YSL, like, she could basically try to use the information that she used to defend you to indict people.
What I tell you,
she can't use no information. What you ain't got nothing on me saying I'm doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Respect.
Do you think be conflict of interest? Period.
Do you think she got like something personal on your show?
I don't know. I don't know. From all I know, bro. This is what I'm telling you. It was just my lawyer, bro. It was for real, my lawyer, man. My boy, I ain't no Kevin in this. Folk know this for real. So that was for real, just my lawyer, bro. I never seen this lady act like this. This is weird to me. That's how I know all this about politics and all these old funny stuff. Serious. Politics is serious, bro. I never seen this lady. This just was my real lawyer. I'm sitting here talking to her like how we talking, man. This lady, I used to talk to this lady like an auntie, like you feel what I'm saying? So now that I'm seeing her do, I don't know what's going on, bro. All this is fucking and scary as hell, like, and it's a lot of bullshit they put out here and just saying, like, ain't right, bro. This weird.
So when I found this out, I'm like, yo, I guess she just an equal opportunity slayer. You know, I guess this thing that she's doing with Trump really ain't personal. After I find out what she was trying to do to her own people, she's just an evil bee. Wow. But that just, Randy, I just played that to give people, if you don't know her or the situation, it just gives you an insight of the character, the type of person that she is, and what Donald Trump is dealing with.
Well, you know, we all realize and recognize the fact that people on the left in politics, at least, they have no soul. You know, they've sold their souls. And because you can't wake up every morning saying, "Well, okay, I'm gonna go to the White House. I don't want to see many people I can screw today." You know, not physically, but politically screw. It's just they don't care. They have no soul. They have no honor. They have no respect.
And that's the sad thing, because I would dare say 95% of them wear Christianity as a badge. They sit in the pews. They nod their head to the pastors. They give to the collection plates. And to have the heart of the devil, the soul of a devil, the spirit of a devil.
I'm not just going to say this. And I gotta go.
All right.
They're talking about politics, talking about the soul, talking about the religion. But the president of the United States is supposed to represent, all that is good about our country. But for him to go out of his way to support abortion, to even extend beyond the actual birth of the baby, because there are states where the mom decides, you know what, I don't want the baby. The doctor has to legally let that baby lay on that tray till it dies. But he wants to go to church and get, the whole Catholic thing, the blessing, the Christian, whatever. And thankfully, some of the churches he's gone to said no, that goes against our beliefs. So what does he do? He goes to the damn Pope, and the Pope is, as close to the devil as the scene, and he gives him the blessing. They want to talk about when Trump was to stand in front of that church with that Bible in his hand, getting a picture taken, and say, "Oh my God, let me see." He had this photo op of him holding the Bible in front of this church that was just burned.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I appreciate you for joining me today, as always. And it's my sweet 16th anniversary with the wifey, so I won't be on the air this evening. But I will be back tomorrow sometimes. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
I was using the Chrome browser. And the audio problem, so I switched over to the other one. And a different one, and it worked. So anyone has problems with the audio, switch browsers. It should work.
Good deal. I want everybody to have a safe and blessed Friday. Have a safe and blessed weekend. If I don't see you until Monday, thank you, Randy. Have a great weekend. Deuces. We're out, guys. Enjoy. God bless.